Still working on the sound. I'm not sure on my equalizer. It says it sounds good. We'll see what it sounds like on the live feed. I'm kind of curious. So, on the live feed, I'm curious. Still need to back that up a little bit. Still has an echo. Back that up a little bit. Well, it sounds a little bit better, I think. I don't know if that echoes too bad or not. Still fooling with this thing, man. It's supposed to have it a certain way, reading a certain level, and it's pretty close. It's actually under, so I don't know. Does it sound real bad? Sound terrible? I can't tell. Everything on my end shows it should be just on the money almost. But I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little talking so I can go check it out later. See what it sounds like. My boy Jordan Lee is getting married today, this evening, at the can't tell you where. If you're not invited, you probably aren't very cool. So, what's going on, Derek? I'm pretty stoked for that, dude. I'm sure I'm not. What? Probably 2 hours before. I'm trying to think what I was doing 2 hours before my wedding. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I can't remember what I was doing. I was either smoking a big fat one or drinking some of this weird Bacardi stuff we had bought. That was like pre-mixed. It wasn't that good. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, I'm sure Jordan's probably nervous. I'm sure he's not getting drunk or nothing. I'm sure Angie's not gonna have none of that. She's pregnant as well, so he better be on his best behavior and look his best. And then probably after the ceremony, you can sure get down. But before, he better have his shit together. So I'm guessing. Does it sound terrible, Derek? You're the guy who knows listening. I think I'm trying to get it where it's pinned up to not have so much echo and sound right. But yeah, I think Peanut and Angie are gonna be a good little pair up because Peanut needs a person like Angie, just like I needed a woman like Brandy. Me and Peanut went from being like wild on the Sahara plains, just drinking Bacardi and chasing down zebras and climbing up trees to get your shit together, bro. Because you're a little too fun. Sometimes you're just a little too fun. Sometimes you can be a little too fun. And at a certain age, in certain situations, you gotta be not so fun all the time because that shit will come bite you in the ass. Like I got 3 D-dubs. Well, before I was married, but that, having fun way too much. There's a time and place for everything. Gotta have a balance. So my balance was definitely way off. So hence, thank you. Thank you, Josh. All right. So maybe I got a setup for at least for one guy. I'll have to do a whole different sound test before I get 2 people. But there's this little dial, and I looked on YouTube and all these different how-tos. And I was just way too high on everything. So I think I got it, getting close to getting it better. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it so far. It sounds good in my headphones. Doesn't sound so poppy and echoey. I was hoping Reed would get on here and Reed would definitely send me a GIF or something. Reed would definitely let me know how it sounds. Or actually, Reed will tell you, even if it sounds good, he'll still tell you it kind of sucks. So, if you just like it kind of sucks with Reed, it's probably pretty good. And everybody else's standards on the face of the planet, when it comes to stuff like this, when it has to do with computers or sound or any kind of technical thing, technology, anything with electricity in it that's cool to play with buttons, Reed is probably the strictest critic. You could put a Navy SEAL and tell you Reed would be like, nah, that was okay. That was okay. So if I get the Reed kind of okay, then it's probably good enough for most people. But I can't do this for very long. I was just gonna go in here and mess around, talk, and I was telling everybody that Jordan Lee, aka Peanuts, getting married. So guarantee you, we're gonna have to have some rum because back in the day, me and that dude drank Bacardi 151, and we thought that was like legitimately, pretty okay, like not high end, but some mid range Bacardi rum. But we didn't. Now in my older years, that I realized that shit is terrible. That shit's terrible, like terrible. I remember Jordan, we get so drunk. We were so drunk after a football game. He's pouring a drink. I think I've told the story about him here before when he was here, but he just keeps filling it up. That stuff is like almost like grain alcohol now that I think about it. That's probably not even rum. One time we got this rum called Skull. Skull is the brand. They had rum, vodka. I don't know what else they had, but it's just SKOL. And this thing had a green label, clear bottle, clear rum. So we ordered the Frio with my buddy Casey Mashburn, Matt, Martin, I forget who else was there. Oh, man, we got wasted that week. It was hard. Anyway, I drink this the first night all day because you had to have like a plastic bottle. I don't have glass, and they're like, "Dude, you just get whatever you want, put it in like a water bottle." And I was like, "No, let's get this." So I drink it all day, and I remember telling everybody I didn't feel it. And the story's been told between us all before millions of times, but I don't feel right, man. I don't feel drunk. I feel fucked up. I don't feel drunk. I just feel kind of funny. And they were telling me my eyes were doing they were going slightly different directions. They were wandering everywhere. They finally got me to bed. I mean, I was stumbling. I mean, it was weird. I felt like I was in mud. I wasn't really drunk. I was just a different kind of fucked up. So the next morning, Casey was like, dude, that shit's fucked up. You shouldn't drink that. So we go into town. We go to Uvalde, I believe. Go to this liquor store. Get whatever we want. I'm like, I'm just gonna put it in a plastic bottle, something I like. At least I know I enjoy it the rest of the weekend. I bought like 2 bottles of that shit, and it was only like I don't know, it was under $15. So that's probably my first indication I should have got that shit. But that night, since I had plenty of liquor, I started dumping that shit in the fire. That shit starts burning blue flames. That had to be like straight grain alcohol. Am I correct? Am I wrong? I don't know, but it was terrible. Whatever it was terrible. I drank a shitload of it that first day, a ton of it. But it was whatever it was, I've never drank something like that before in my life. It was not fun. It wasn't unfun, but it was like I just felt like a turd, just a big sluggish turd. It was weird. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get up out of here because I got to get ready for the wedding pretty soon. I definitely don't want to be late. I don't know what I should wear. This is my buddy's wedding, so I'm thinking like my wife was saying you gotta wear a button up, and I'm like, I just want to wear. I have some really nice, I mean, really high class, high end t-shirts. Okay, I mean solid colors, nice material. This is a nice, like this shirt here is nice. I mean, other than it has Ariel the mermaid on it, it feels soft. It's nice. If this shoe went on, it'd be a little more legit. But I have some real nice black ones. I was thinking black pants with black shirt. I have black Vans that are real slick that I only wear nice shit. It's like my nice shoes, but they're Vans. I don't know how to explain them, but they're nice. And I was like that. I'd be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe I probably should wear shorts, but I'd like to. But just be comfortable because I have these pants that look like look. They're not cut like Dockers or nothing, but they're just like blue jean style cut, but Docker material, but they're stretchy as shit. So it feels like you're just, man, it feels good. Like, and I wear these nice little stretchy underwear I found because that's a big deal about like I hate when they when you get situated and all of a sudden those I wear boxer briefs, they'll run up your leg, and before you know it, you're just kind of wearing a brief with like really thick wads of shit between your nuts and your taint area. And if you're not a girl, you probably don't know. But if you're a guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I found some that just don't run. They're super thin, super tight. They don't cause much of sweat because that shit sucks. Because then you're always like moving it around and you're in public, especially at a wedding. I don't be sitting there grabbing my nuts and pulling them around just to get the sweat to stop sweating on that other side and start sweating on the other side because it's inevitable. And then other than that, then you get like the waistbands that are too tight. And even if you buy the right size, they're still like they're just tight, and then some just fit like they're part of your body. They don't fall, they don't go up, they don't get loose, they don't get too tight. They just like stay there. I'm picky as shit about socks and about underwear, about a bunch of shit, but those two things for sure. So I've done a lot of buying. Like I'd go in there and just be like, all right, those look like something I buy. And I get like the small pack. I like the big pack. And then I'll like every two or three times I go to the store, buy like 2 or 3 different underwears. Before you know it, you've tried them all, and you just narrow it down. And I've tried the commando thing. If any guys are gonna think about going commando, I got a bunch of friends that do it, but I just do my nutsack's like a heat pack. It's like a little bitty like sun or something of its own. It just creates heat and I get sweaty. And if I do that, free balling feels good at first when I'm in the AC and not moving around very much. But once I get in the car and jump around and get groceries and jump back in the car in the sun and the car seats are hot, before I know it, I'm driving down the road with my like leg up like this, pulling my this side open so the vents strategically right down the thing, right down the leg. And then you realize if you open the other side up, it gets like a hallway effect. And it's the best thing ever, but it's like something you have to deal with if you're going commando as a guy. I don't know about girls, probably the same thing. I mean, it just gets humid down that area. It's just the way you're built, I think, especially in the summertime. And those AC seats, we got some air conditioned seats in my wife's car. Those bitches, I got these shorts on right now, and they're pretty much like almost black, but they're pretty much see-through. But you can't tell when they're on you, you know what I'm saying? You can't see nothing. But with those seats blowing up, oh my God. And then the thing, if I get, like, she goes in to do something, say we run to the store, and then we all get in, load the groceries. I'm like, man, my nuts are sweating. And then she's like, hey, what's up right here? I'm like, hey, we'll go in there. I already know what I'm about to do. Everybody's getting out. I'm about to set the seat back in this right area, turn the AC on full blast, get the 2 vents pushed on, like going down, like just jamming, like ram air, down each leg, so they like collide at the nutsack. And it's just like a tornado of ice cold air on your nuts. Right there's where it hits anyway. That's where it meets right there. That's the middle. And then you have this decently, not strong, but a pretty good breeze going through because they're filtered a little bit through this shorts up underneath everything. It's not enough to move or fight the big pressure that's built by the crotch, the massive vents, but it's enough to just like a nice little layer of glaze of just goodness and cold ice up the butt cheeks, up the canal, the crack, straight to the tank. Stops about that part because it can't. Then after that part, it's just chaos. It's just cold and just, and then you'll have like your nuts will go from saggy, just 2 big old saggy hot egg, like hard-boiled eggs, just laid out like, just kind of nasty. It's gross. And then the wind, it doesn't take long to, it's like a tennis ball. It's like a, I mean, hard almost, like a turtle shell kind of with ribs. Not that hard, but like compared to what it was, you're like, this is crazy. That's crazy that 15 seconds ago I was about to die. And now I'm thinking, I gotta get this AC off my nuts. I can get my chest or something. It's still hot, but that area's taken care of. So, I gotta keep track of time. Sorry, I'm looking at the time, but I gotta make sure I don't lose it because I gotta go get a little washed up. I showered already, but I'm weird about it. Like I just showered before I got to here to mess with this stuff, and then I'm gonna go probably home straight to shower again, just a real quick wash off job. Nothing deep, and then probably just like just get freshened up again, and then throw on my all black. I'm not wearing all black because it's like a funeral. I think it's great. I think if you meet somebody that you love, that you're willing to like, and another thing about marriage is, if just in case anybody wonders, if you watch too many cartoons as a child or seen too many like romantic movies, you don't just get married and then it's fucking just roses every day after that. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, I want to smack this motherfucker when she's sleeping. Just look at her sleeping. But you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And I'm sure she feels the same way. And one day I'm gonna have a podcast with her whenever she wants to, and she'll tell you that shit. Like, but then that's the only person you would smack that could smack you back that you wouldn't like. I mean, you'll smack each other to death before you'll quit. You know what I mean? That's the kind of person I want to be with. And then there's days that you just think you just nothing but love. And the thing is I think if you can just keep more, it's like this. Life is all like this, but marriage is like this too. As in, you always love each other. You always love each other, but try to have it to always be no fights, always good. You got to be objective and you got to think on their side a lot. You got to just be willing to bend and give and learn together every day. But some days you're gonna be like this, like, oh, I love this person so much, I couldn't live without him. I'll smack this motherfucker right when she's sleeping. I just do the young from a felony fighter. The dude just does the double knee drop. Yeah, I'm sure she feels the same way. I mean, Brandy's sweet and innocent and all that, but she loved to fire off and pop me in the mouth with a pool cue if she could. I'm sure sometimes, some days. But then there's days I know she can never do this. The whole thing is find someone that you cannot fight or love on until the day you die, because you can run through people and you can have a little problem and go, oh, I'm done with this one, divorce or break up, whatever it is, and you just keep going through that same cycle until you find someone that's willing to dig in there with you, fight the battles with you, the ones she has, the one you have, then the ones you have together, and deal with those issues until you find a common ground to fight on and be on. And you have the same goal and the same love for each other. You can't be wrong. And me and Brandy are total opposites. Total opposites. We talk all the time. Like, I just don't even hold nothing back. I tell her how I feel about things, even if it's brutal or even if it's sweet or whatever it is. I just say, like, if I love you so much, some cheesy ass shit that comes to me, I just say it because I just think it was too cheesy. But that's how I felt about it, so I just word it that way now instead of like holding back. And then you don't get as much of your point across that way. And then when she says something that pisses me off, I'm like, man, that's fucking dumbass shit, or blah blah blah. And I'm blunt and kind of that's the kind I am. But I love the fuck out of her, and I'd fight an alligator for her or a crocodile, I'd fight a bear for her. Bears are scary as shit, but I'm blunt. So, and then for years she wasn't used to that, and now she understands it. Now she's don't get me wrong, she has two gears. She's like and then full blast. So it's either I love you, I'm busy doing work, and doesn't mean she doesn't love me, but she's just in the zone, or she's just which I love that part. And sometimes you're like, hey man, look at the fucking hands, you're loving too much, and I'm sure she feels the same way. And but that's the two gears she has, and then it's like no problems, or she goes for the throat, and that's fine. But there's the ways that I handle it that she's like, dude, you're like this and this and this. And we try to verbalize that to each other and say, well, maybe you should try this, and this would be a better way to come with me for me to understand. And then we actually listen to what they're saying, bring it to our head, and then try to bring it to practice. Doesn't always happen that way. We have the same fights we had for 8 years, but we're getting better all the time. So marriage isn't supposed to be just some fucking honeydews and lemon drops and everybody loves everybody and you hop around holding hands. There's a lot of that shit. So you more of that than sometimes you're in a war and you're heaving grenades and mortars at each other all fucking day long. Just most of the time, most of those fights are dumb as shit. So a lot of times we gotten good about recognizing when fights are just dumb, like we kind of nip at each other, and then we'll just stop talking for like 30 minutes. And at first it was a bad thing, but now it's kind of the way I told her, I was like, I don't do that because I don't think of, if we keep arguing, we don't have a solution in mind. We're just going to keep arguing like, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. Instead of doing that, hey, let's just calm down, take 30 minutes or whatever. And you're really surprised how you start thinking about it and you'll come back and be like, that was silly as fuck anyway. Or yeah, you're right. And you kind of say each other's side of the point of view and then either come to a common point of view about it or go, you're still a fuckhead and you're fucking about it. We ain't worried about it. No big deal. And go on. Go on. You can't agree on everything. You can't love everything. So I really do gotta get up out of here. 4:42. I think this sounds good. I'm not for sure. When Reed gives me the approval, then it'll be legit. So, everybody have a good day. I'm out. I'm about to go party my nuts off with my friends, my family, watch people get married, and it's all love, man. It's gonna be a good day. Later.